What is Maven? Maven is a tool to optimize operations. And as a lot of our clients have experienced, it gives them at least a 30% more optimization benefits than their traditional optimization methodologies. And they're able to generate the solution to optimize their operations in a 60% faster way, largely due to automated templates on Maven. And they were mostly 90% more assured with the kind of solutions they have generated, because they have already tested those solutions using Maven simulations for any unintended consequences on their operating model. Now, since we have defined Maven as a tool to optimize operations, let's look at what does optimization means. Many people define optimization is something which is linked to achieving their cost related goals, or achieving their cycle time related goals, or achieving their control related goals. But ideally, and we have seen it in a lot of use cases, that optimization is really a combination of all these three goals, which is cost, cycle time, and controls. So if someone is solving for cost, they need to make sure that they are not busting out their cycle time and control objectives. If someone is solving for the control objective, they need to make sure that they are not increasing their cost and cycle time in the process of doing so. If someone is solving for cycle time, they need to make sure that they are not negatively impacting cost, or busting out any regulatory standards or any control objectives in doing so. So optimization really is a combination of all the cost, cycle time, and control goals, and the trade-off between all of these three, which helps leaders achieve the larger strategic goals. Now since we have looked at optimization, let's look at some of the initiatives people usually take to optimize their operations. A lot of initiatives such as Lean or Six Sigma or automation or product costing are undertaken by various transformation teams in various industry to actually optimize their operations. However, each of these initiatives cater to one segment of their overall operations, and may not look at all functional areas of the operations. Just think of the number of initiatives you have to take to cover all functional areas of your operations. Risk managers are looking at risk related levers, HR managers are looking at talent related levers, cost managers are looking at product costing related levers, operational teams are looking at scheduling related levers. So you'll have to undertake a lot of initiatives to cover the whole picture, where you cater to problem in each of the functional areas of an operating model, that is process, risks, operations, finance, IT, and talent. And often when these initiatives are undertaken in silos to improve one or more segment of your operations, many people or many leaders have faced that they are not able to achieve their desired outcomes or desired targets. Only a few leaders say that they are completely successful in improving their performance sustainably over time. Let me give you an example of one of the clients who use Maven. This was a manufacturing client. They were having excess manpower, which was adding to their cost. Their delivery times were pretty high, which were adding again to their inventory cost. They were dealing with ineffective controls, which restricted them to achieve the optimal value on their outputs or the diamonds which have been generated out of that. And they undertook Maven's operational optimization approach and pulled on many levers on Maven to achieve the desired stage by optimizing their matrix across all three. So they improved their cost, they improved their delivery time, they improved their controls by pulling in various levers on Maven. And what they did was they simply did away with the piecemeal or the siloed approach of undertaking the initiatives we saw on the previous slide, and instead they ensured they use the Maven operational optimization methodology to ensure that they identify the right set of lever in the right sequence and follow a layered approach to get the maximum benefit out of that. With Maven and Maven's operational optimization methodology, leaders can get to achieve whatever combination of cost, cycle time, and control goals they are looking at. So if they are solving for cycle time, they can look at all the possible opportunities under PROFIT, or all the possible changes or initiatives they can undertake under PROFIT to reduce the cycle time without busting out the cost and controls. If they are looking at solving for controls, they can look at all the possible things they can do under PROFIT to improve their controls without busting out the other two matrix. If the business goal is to balance all these three together and get optimization benefit across all these three, Maven will give them, show them the path to do that by delivering value across all these three, and telling them and showing them a layered approach of doing these three across PROFIT. Now, since we have looked at what Maven does, let's look at how it's done on Maven. An operational optimization project on Maven goes through these six stages, or what we call them as 6 I's. The first stage, which is the intent setting stage, is where the leaders define what strategic goals they want to achieve, or what key metrics they want to improve across cost, cycle time, and controls. And once the intent is set, the project kickstarts with the model building exercise, which is the next stage, the information gathering stage. This is the stage where the information is uploaded on Maven to create an operating model. Let me show you a video to explain how this information is gathered and how it is uploaded on Maven. Maven uses an automated template, an automated Excel template to gather the information and upload it on Maven. Let's look at how it is done.
Maven model can be created using an easy Excel template. The template can be downloaded from in-source website. The template is used to collect process information which is captured using a cross-functional process map which can be directly exported to this template. The template converts the process map into a tabular view, and then asks user to fill effort data which is defined here using volumes and AHTs or processing times. Maven sensitivities takes care of estimates. Maven does not need an accountancy level information. It also asks users to mention which systems or software are used to perform the process activities. It also asks information on the teams which are performing the given process. Here it asks where are these teams located? What are their working hours? And how much do they cost in terms of HR and infrastructure components? Next, it asks for user to mention key forms and business rules used in the given process. This information helps Maven understand the complexity of work being performed in the process. The key documents or screens used in the process are given under forms, and key data fields or attributes of those forms are defined under business rules. The second last piece of information collected here is the control activities and related objectives. Activities acting as controls in the process flow are tagged here as control activities. And based on what they are controlling, the control objectives are defined. The template auto-highlights potential control activities, making it easier for the user to map control information. The last input collected on the Excel template is used for identifying NVA issues in the process. Here, user categorizes the process activities into the given 4 categories. This completes the input gathered via Excel template. This template is then uploaded on Maven. Once the Excel template is uploaded, Maven verifies the completeness of the information given in the Excel and also asks users to correct errors, if there are any in the Excel template. Here it will ask user to complete few inputs captured earlier in the template. It will take the forms and business rules data from the Excel template and asks user to tag those to respective process activities. Next it asks user to complete control inputs by selecting key operational risks and the risk activities associated with the control objectives, and type of controls. If the process have any deadlines or process delays, those can be mapped here as well. Based on all these inputs, Maven creates an operating model and generate all the metrics associated with operating costs, customer experience and controls.
The operating model is built on Maven. Within 40 seconds, Maven will create a live simulation of how the as his operations are running on ground. Here you can see Maven is creating a live model of how the process is running actually in the operations. You can see it highlights the completed activity across the cycle time. It highlights which are the activities in progress at a given point of time. Where are the delays happening in the process? You can see the pink activities. When are the teams speaking? You can see the swim lanes turning yellow here. You can also identify whether the rework is impacting your process, whether it's impacting your cycle time, which activity is reworking, uh, and how much delays those reworks are getting, reworks are creating in the process. So it will identify all the issues across the PROFIT framework. And once the issues is identified at the insight stage, Maven decision trees helps user identify all the possible ideas to solve for those issues. For example, if someone wants to solve for utilization in order to improve for their cost, it will tell the user all the possible levers one can pull to improve their utilizations. Whether one should automate some of the activities causing peak utilization, whether one should change the shift timings, or whether one should merge the teams to optimize utilizations. Can we do some load balancing or shared services to optimize the utilizations? Is the rework impacting utilization, and can we change something in rework? So it will show all the possible opportunity areas which can impact the utilization and which one can pull. And then each of these widgets can be assessed to identify the opportunities, and then that opportunity is shortlisted and simulated to assess the impact. Let me just show you one example of how an automation widget works on Maven. As you can see here, Maven has quantified the automation benefits and shown here. It has also, in addition to quantification, have bucketized the benefits based on the automation feasibility and the type of automation. The widget can then be used to identify the specific activities which can be automated, and also to prioritize those activities by identifying which tasks are causing peak utilization and hence will be impacting cost the most. The opportunities can be selected, the automation feasibility can be mentioned, as well as automation cost can be added, which then can be simulated to then see whether it's impacting our desired goals positively or not. The simulation results will show the impact of the change on the total cost, customer experience and controls, and based on the outcomes, user can either discard or implement changes. Each of these ideas will have impact on other areas of the operating model as well. So if someone is solving for cycle time, it may have an impact on the people requirements. It may also have impact on the controls part of the operations. If someone is solving for people related issues, it may impact the cycle time or it may impact the control related matrix. If someone is solving for first time right, it may impact other matrix in the operating model. So the impact is across the operating model as well as the PROFIT functional areas, which is automatically assessed by Maven. Here, user can identify all the possible paths which leads onto their key business goals. So if they are changing any of these business goals, they can literally see which all other areas of their operating model is getting impacted because of that. If they are changing cycle time, they can see what all attributes in their operating model are getting impacted by the change. If they are changing something in controls, they can see what all other attributes are getting impacted by a change in control. If they are solving for cost, what they can see what all other factors are related to cost which are getting impacted because of solving for cost. User can also view this the other way around, that is which paths they should take to solve for cost. And these calculations are automatically done by Maven. For example, if someone were to solve for cost, what all matrix one should change in order to get an impact on cost. Once the impact analysis is done and the ideas are shortlisted, the next stage and the final stage is the implementation stage, where Maven gives a detailed future operating model with detailed reports with changes listed out across people, process, and technologies, which can then be used by operations team to actually implement the solution design. Now, having looked at how an operational optimization project is done on Maven and how we go through the 6i framework, let me show you some of the use cases which our customers have seen. Let me show you some of the use cases of Maven across the manufacturing sector. Now, since we have looked at all of the stages of a Maven operational optimization project, let me show you some of the use cases some of our users have experienced while using Maven. Recently, the first use case you can see here is a recent one. There is this gems and jewelry customer designed their solution to reduce their overall delivery time by 33%, and they designed this solution just in 4 weeks, and the improvement in their cycle time also led to an improvement in cost by reducing their cost of holding inventory. The another use case mentioned here is of a pharma company which actually improved the delivery time of their order to cash process by approximately 35%, and they designed the solution for doing that in just 3 weeks. There's another B2B manufacturer. It's a large manufacturer located across various areas in the country. They used Maven, and within 6 weeks, they designed a solution to reduce their overall cost by approximately 24%, as well as getting some benefit in their cycle time without busting any of their controls. So these are some of the use cases in manufacturing sector where Maven has been used extensively, and we have delivered results as I mentioned earlier in a 30% better, 60% faster, and 90% more assured way. Some of the key features on Maven which our clients loved and based on their feedback we have mentioned here are these. So the clients have identified that Maven adds value at each stage of the 6 I's journey, which I have shown earlier. They have realized that their intent setting is much more structured now, and they are able to prioritize their goals based on Maven's outputs. Their information gathering or their process of creating repositories or process repositories is much more quick and easy given Maven templates and the automated way of doing that. They are able to get much more richer analytics and insights, and they were able to identify those issues which they neglected earlier. They were able to identify much more ideas to solve for their issues, and they were able to test those ideas using Maven impact analysis and actually see their future state and actually discard the ideas which may have a negative impact without going through the whole pilot failure thing. And they have also found Maven reporting very useful for implementing their solution design. They don't have to manually create all of the reports for change management. It's all automatically generated. They just have to implement it. So Maven has delivered value in their whole optimization journey, right from intent setting to the implementation of solution design. Lastly, some of our clients have concerns regarding information security. Just to cater to that, let me mention that Maven is being thoroughly tested and is a foolproof system which is used across industries, and our clients have tested it for their data security regulations across various journeys of their usage.